everybody and welcome back, it's Emily, and this week we are recreating the first recipe I ever made, which is Naruto ramen. This is because it's my 2-year blog anniversary, so I wanted to revisit this dish and see if we could improve it at all. Everybody knows Naruto loves ramen, especially miso ramen, so let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to do differently is add pork bones to make the soup stock instead of doing chicken bones, which I did the first time. Like a pork soup base is the most common kind of soup base you find in ramen. So you want to add your bones to the pot and fill it up with water and then throw in some ginger. You can slap a lid on that thing, bring it to a boil, and then skim any of the scum that rises to the top off. You'll get some kind of gross, like foamy things at the top. Take all that off, let it boil down, and as it boils down, replace the water so it's always at the same level of water. This needs to cook about 6 hours, and when it's ready, you need to strain the bones and the meat out of it, put it back in the pot, and then we're going to add a little bit of kombu in there to give it a little bit of an umami flavoring. Take that out after about 15 minutes, bring it back up to a simmer, and then you want to add the rest of the ingredients for the base, which are sake, soy sauce, we're putting in a little bit of sugar, and then of course the miso. This is something on the last time I made this, I didn't put enough miso in, so I'm really going ham here. This is a lot of miso, and I'm using a mixed kind of miso, so not white miso, not brown miso. It's called awase miso, which is a mixture of both. Add this in as you see fit. You might not like miso as much as I do, so I went for the full thing that's in the recipe, which is about 8 tablespoons, which is quite a lot. But you can go less or more if you want. Taste test along the way and just stir that in. You do need to water it down with the broth, otherwise it won't stir in very easily. But yeah, go ham with this. Just adjust those seasonings to your taste. And then we're going to set the broth to the side while we work on other things. We're going to make the soft-boiled ramen eggs, so you want to pierce the shell on those ramen eggs and drop them into boiling water so that they're completely covered. Don't bring them to a boiling water, drop them in. This is because we want the inside to be soft and melty, and I didn't do this right on the first time. So to do that, you drop them into boiling water, leave them for 7 minutes exactly, and then put them immediately into an ice bath. Then you peel the eggs and then you let them sit a couple hours or overnight in a marinade. So that marinade is just water, mirin, and soy sauce. It's a really simple marinade. Just put that together, stir it up, and put your peeled eggs in there. Let it sit overnight in the fridge for best results. I would recommend making the pork and the eggs and the soup the day before and then assembling it all the next day. So for the Chasu Pork now, this is another topping. You want to salt that pork belly, roll it up, and secure it with a skewer or with some butcher's twine, whatever works for you. And then we're going to brown it. So bring a pan to high heat with some vegetable oil and brown about 4 to 5 minutes on each big side and 2 to 3 minutes on the edge all the way around that pork round. And this is just to add a little bit of color and make the flavor a little bit better for the end result. So you want to keep moving that around the pan, just let it get a nice crust to it. Then you want to take that out of the pan, wipe that pan down, and then we're going to put in the braising mixture. So this is just water, soy sauce, and again, mirin, just like the egg mixture. And we're going to add the pork back in, and we're going to braise this. Add a little bit of sugar, add your ginger, and then slap a little foil lid on the top. Braising just means we're kind of stewing the meat, so we're letting it soak up all of that liquidy goodness. This needs to stew for about 40 minutes to 60 minutes, and you should flip it halfway through so that it kind of cooks through evenly and gets a nice coating. In the last 5 minutes or so, you'll see the sauce is starting to look really bubbly like this. Move that pork around the pan, let it get a really nice even coating of that sauce. Let the sauce cook off a little bit more, and then you can go ahead and set this aside until you're ready to assemble all of the ramen. So this is for the next day, working on all of the toppings. You want some green onion, some Naruto, and your ramen egg. These are the toppings that go on top, as well as the Chasu Pork. So your pork, your soup, your egg all need to be ready at this point. And this is what I did on day 2. The very last thing we're going to do is cook our fresh ramen noodles. So you just add those to a boiling pot of water and only boil them for about 90 seconds. Strain them really well and then slap them into your bowl. And then you want to put your soup stock on top of that, I did 3 ladlefuls for my bowl, whatever works for you. And then you want to layer on your toppings. So Naruto likes Chasu Pork. He likes extra Chasu, so we've got 5 slices there. We've got some Menma, and you can find this at Asian grocery stores, typically in a jar or at like a tin. Some green onion and Naruto, and then a boiled egg, or soft-boiled egg. And that's it. So this is definitely a labor of love, but this was so good. The miso broth was really salty, and mixed with the egg, which was kind of sweet and savory, and as well as the pork, it was just a really good flavor. I can see why Naruto really likes it. So I hope you guys can make this. I hope you enjoy it. Check out the description box below for the full recipe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!